has the ability, he has the potential, and most of all, he has the desire. He really wants to be a champion. I'm a champion for the same reason my boys become champions. I'm very determined. I believe in what I'm doing, and I can't be dissuaded. I cannot be dissuaded.
Mike Tyson is a puncher for the ages. In the 80s, the American became the youngest heavyweight champion, a record that stands unbroken.
Mike Tyson, who can reign for a long, long time.
His fury in the ring and his unique technique delighted boxing fans. There are no equivalents in the heavyweight division. Just about everyone has heard of Tyson, but many have not heard about the man who made the champion. Grandfather Constantine D'Amato raised the champion from the age of 13, but did not live to see his major victory. Childhood and an unfulfilled dream. Cus was born in the Bronx to a family of immigrants from Italy and grew up exclusively in male company. His mother died when the boy was only 4 years old. He was left with 8 brothers and a father. The Bronx is not the most prosperous area of New York. Cus had to learn to survive. The guy often fought on the streets and did it very skillfully. Little Cus wanted to become a boxer, like Jerry's older brother, but at the age of 12, all of these dreams were destroyed. D'Amato lost sight in his left eye. The coach has told many versions of what happened, and it is still unknown which one is true. One story is that he protected a boy from an older bully who injured him with a knife. Another story says that his eye was knocked out with a stick during an ordinary street fight. However, the third and most realistic, Cus got into a fight with an ordinary adult man. The injury didn't discourage D'Amato from fighting. He continued to box, hung out with friends, and read many books on various topics. He studied history, psychology, military affairs, martial arts, and even philosophical works. Later, all this knowledge came in handy. The war with the Mafia. In 1939, Cus was 30 years old. He opened his first boxing gym, Gramercy Gym. The number of pupils grew every day, and the main one was Rocky Graziano. Cus nurtured Rocky's amazing technique and planned to train his fighter for the pros. But it was here that the coach first encountered treason. Graziano transferred to another manager, one associated with the Italian Mafia. The boxer decided that the newcomer D'Amato would not be able to give him the big breakthrough he wanted into professional boxing. The coach was threatened with physical harm. In the 60s, D'Amato sold Gramercy Gym for $1 and went to Catskill, where he continued to engage with young fighters. While there, he lived with Camilla Ewald, an immigrant from Ukraine who became Cus's companion for life, although they were never married and had no children in common. I received many threatening letters. They wrote they would slaughter me like a dog. They promised to shoot my fighters and relatives with machine guns. I decided to leave so that everyone would remain intact, Cus said. Why did Cus make champions? Did. This is the most correct word. He did not educate, did not train. He just did it. Cus got into the head of every boxer and drove the idea that he would become a champion. If you doubted even for a second, the coach was furious and could kill, Tyson recalled. D'Amato worked not only as a coach, but also as a physiotherapist and psychologist. He instilled the champion philosophy into his fighters from the very beginning. Cus met Tyson when Mike was 13. The future champion lived with the coach at his home, calling him his white father and Camilla his white mother. In early childhood, Mike was a petty, angry boy who was offended by everyone, even girls. At 11, Tyson began to push away his peers, and at 13, he became physically larger than them. Mike fought on the streets, stole, robbed, and often spent the night behind bars. Dealing with Mike changed Cus. The coach explained in plain words to Tyson how to translate rage in his favor. Cus forced Mike to review old boxing videos and demanded that he read books. He instructed me to read the biography of Alexander the Great. Cus wanted to show in the most accessible ways how a person from an empty place can become a conqueror of the world. He wanted me to be the same, said Mike. Cus believed that a boxer's thoughts should only be about fights. Only an obsession could lead to success. One time, Mike was depressed. The fighter considered himself unattractive. Cus pulled out a bat. He said that he would beat me off my head if I said one more thing about girls, said the boxer. D'Amato led Tyson to a hypnotist. He wanted me to overcome myself. Cus said I must overcome my fears and defeat the darkness, said Tyson. D'Amato's style is also unique. It has a lot of names. Someone just said Cus's style, others the pendulum. But the most common name is peekaboo. In essence, it's simple but unusual. The boxer stood in front of the enemy, held his hands high, worked actively on his feet, and constantly used slopes and dives. After active defense, the fighter threw several punches. Each last punch of the combination was supposed to bring maximum damage. Hands above and move your head are two phrases that Mike heard the most during training. Tyson went to the pros at age 19 and endured everyone. Cus waited for his son to wear the championship belt.
Everybody predicts a great future. If they can find some fights for him.
But D'Amato's death came unexpectedly. Cus contracted pneumonia and complications began. The 77-year-old man was induced into an artificial coma. He never regained consciousness. The manager called me and said that Cus will die in 10 hours. I went to the bank to withdraw money for the funeral and burst into tears right in the lobby. I understood that my father left, the man who gave me everything, whom I was more afraid of than anyone else, said Tyson. At the funeral procession, Mike carried the coffin, holding back the tears the last of his strength. He began crying as he returned home.
I used to always want to be alone, and now I learned how to deal with anyone. I could talk to anyone, even about their problems. And it's like a father and son relationship. You know, even though he is my manager and trainer. The first day he met me, he took me in his house. He didn't even know me.
I can say honestly, I have a very deep affection for him. I do. To me, he's my boy. He's with me. I often say to him, you know, I owe you a lot, and he doesn't know what I mean, but I'm going to tell him now what I mean. If he weren't here, I probably wouldn't be alive today. The fact that he is here and doing what he's doing and doing as well as he's doing and improving as he has gives me the motivation and interest to stay alive. Because I believe that a person dies when they no longer wants to live. But I have a reason with Mike here, and he gives me the motivation. I will stay alive, and I will watch him become a success. Because I will not leave until that happens.
A year later, Tyson beat Trevor Berbick and won the first championship belt.
I was coming to destroy and win the heavyweight championship of the world, which I've done. And I'd like to dedicate my fight to my great guardian, Cus D'Amato. And I'm sure he's up there and he's looking and he's talking to all the great fighters and saying his boy did it.
They're smiling, that's right.
Mike remained in his prime for several years, but soon broke up with Kevin Rooney, one of D'Amato's students, and his career slowly went downhill. If Cus lived, no one would ever beat me, said Mike. D'Amato was rightly considered one of the greatest trainers in boxing history. One of the streets of New York is named after him, the very one on which his gym was located. A film is being made about the life of Cus D'Amato, with Bruce Willis in the starring role, titled Corner Man. viewers everywhere will see how Cuss found and trained Tyson.
That's why once I got involved with Cuss, I was a young boy, but once he spoke with me every night about discipline and character.
It is the mark of a great fighter when he has character plus skill, because a fighter with character and skill will often rise and beat a better fighter because of this. Character is that quality upon which you can depend under pressure and other conditions. Character makes the fighter predictable. Character helps him win.
And then one day he used to say, listen, you have the chance to change your life, your family's life. You could be something very special. Don't you want to be champion? You could be champion of the world. And I didn't pay no attention to it. He said, really? You could be champion of the world. You could devastate the world. No man could take what you do. You just got to believe it. I looked at this guy, and then I started thinking. I said, you really? I said, this guy's really crazy. He said, you do what I tell you to do, and if it doesn't work, then you could leave. So I said, okay, bet. So I did everything he told me to do, and I won. I won every championship. From the amateur championship. Oh, I won all the championships. I'm gonna cry. So I won every championship that he told me, because he told me what to do.
If you like this video, please press the like button and leave a comment if you want more videos like this. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you won't miss any episodes. See you soon.